Hi, we're going to now demonstrate how to use the model EF-100 upper body arm exercise machine. This unit is a standalone machine which is on wheels. Therefore, you're going to be able to change location quite easily. It is also a machine that is height adjustable. And in order to change the height of the machine, you will undo the black knob at the side, release, increase, or decrease the height according to the plane and the individual you are presently working with. This machine is very versatile. It can be used with 3 different planes: horizontal plane, vertical plane, and 45-degree angle. In order to change the plane that you want to work with, you simply pull on the release knob, release, change the plane to the 45-degree angle, or pull again, and you now have a vertical plane. It can also rotate completely to the opposite side. This will allow you to move the machine around the person as opposed to having to adjust the individual to the machine. In the long-term care facilities, what we recommend is that setting the machine on one plane each day only and working with each individual as much as possible with the same plane. It will save you from having to adjust the height and changing each plane for each individual, which can become time-consuming. So this will facilitate the adjustments you need to do with each person. The model EF-100 has the exact same controller as the model EF-250, same functions. The only difference is on your trip, you're actually counting the number of revolutions, and the total is an accumulation of the revolutions for that particular machine. When you want to use the machine from a horizontal plane, you can place the machine either on the side or from the front. Lots of flexibility in the positioning of the machine. Once you have the individual set up, make sure that you keep the shoulder level as much as possible during the rotation. You are now ready to attempt one full rotation. If the person is comfortable and the elbow is not overly extended, then resume with your exercise program. We've also placed the arm rest on a shorter amplitude. You may find that beneficial when you're working with individuals who have a lot of tone or contractures. In some extreme cases, you may also find that only doing half a rotation is necessary to get the joints lubricated and the flexibility improved. So a few movements back and forth will help in being able to complete a full rotation. The model EF-100 can also facilitate trunk movement with certain individuals. You would put the affected arm into the armrest, use your straps, and the mobile arm can be laid on top. Sometimes a pillow can be used in the back of the person to make them more comfortable. Now we're going to show you how to use the machine in a vertical plane. Position the machine onto the side of the wheelchair. Lock the machine into position once you've had a chance to run the armrest through, and make sure that it's clearing the armrest of the wheelchair properly. Now you will put the arm in. Make sure your fingers are around the knob, and then secure the arm with the armrest, the arm strap, and we are now ready to start our exercise program for that particular plane. You can go forward and you can go reverse. Notice the position of the arm and the shoulders. The shoulders remain fairly even. You also want to ensure that the fingers are clearing during the entire rotation. Once again, you may want to increase the speed as the person gets more comfortable with this movement. This is the EF-100 and is now positioned to be used in a 45-degree angle. Please note that the pontoons have been situated in between the legs of the wheelchair. You're going to find that with each individual and each chair, you will be making adjustments along the way. Each plane, you will change most likely the height of the machine. But this provides a different range of motion than the other two planes which we used earlier. Please make sure the shoulders are level, that the arm is positioned so that it's not overextended, and that the person remains comfortable. Now I'm going to point out a couple of features you are going to be able to find on your model EF-100 wrist movement. This has the capability to add wrist movement to the range of motion. If you locate under the arm cradle the selection lever, this white plate sits on a circular slotted plate into which there's 5 slots, and they're numbered from 0 to 4. When the selection lever is on the 0, there is absolutely no wrist movement. To apply wrist movement, lift the white lever under, clear the slot 0, and slide it down across to the slot number 1. This provides the minimum wrist movement. As you progress in your exercise program with the particular individual, move the lever into a higher number, either 2, 3, or 4, which increases the degree of wrist movement. It is suggested that you start with the slot 1 and work up to the other settings gradually to avoid any discomfort. The wrist movement selection lever has now been set to number 1. You can now observe the minimum amount of wrist movement. Changing the lever to number 4, you can now observe the maximum amount of wrist movement during the rotation. Included with your EF-100 wrist movement machine, you also have a hand mitt. With extreme tone individuals, you may need to use the hand mitt. Place the hand in the mitt, close the Velcro at the wrist, then place the hand on the armrest, making sure the fingers are around the knob. Then pull the remaining flap of the neoprene and secure and attach it to the Velcro that remains exposed at the wrist. You can then use your arm strap to secure the arm in the armrest.